With a second round of stimulus nearing approval with U.S. lawmakers, Americans are responding to the proposed relief package on social media in frustration and in some cases, humor as well. Bloomberg Quick Take reporter Jennifer Zabasaja is here to share more. Jen, a little bit of humor is always a good thing, but give us an overview of how Americans are responding to these stimulus checks.
Yeah, I mean, Tim, we even started hearing from people before this final text came out, right? So we're still waiting on a vote. But even the proposed text really got people talking a lot. And in many cases, as you mentioned, they ranged from quite funny to, a little bit more serious. So let's go through a few of the tweets that we're seeing. The jokes are pretty funny. So one user actually tweeted that the next stimulus is equivalent to about 15% off your next $25 or more DoorDash order, which, I mean, if you order from DoorDash, you know that that's, not too much to cover what it is that you're ordering. Another user also compared it to a fifth of a pizza, which is interesting considering what more is that going to do for you. And then there was one other funny one that kind of caught my eye. Some guy compared it to you don't get your stimulus check until you sell all of these boxes of chocolates. So, people are having a little bit of fun with it. But in all seriousness, I mean, Americans have been waiting for months to get these next checks, right? And so I think what we're seeing from many Americans is that a little bit of disappointment, right? That it's $600 that lawmakers have settled on. And we're even hearing that from lawmakers, too. I mean, we saw Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez actually put out a poll. About 900,000 people took this poll. We don't have the full stats there, but about 62% of the people who took the poll said that $600 is not enough. So that was just one unofficial poll taken by Representative Ocasio-Cortez. But even down in Georgia, we have Democratic candidate Jon Ossoff, who tweeted that about, Senator Perdue and Kelly Loeffler actually supported cutting checks, is what he's saying. And he basically notes that $600 doesn't do too much for people who have not been able to pay their rent and utilities for months. And so we're hearing both sides of the issue here. Even, Senator Bernie Sanders has been pretty vocal about his disagreement with this $600 check. But of course, relief is relief, right? And so it seems like Americans are grateful that hopefully we are nearing a deal. But it's definitely not going to cover a lot of the expenses that people have. We also heard from President-elect Joe Biden, who noted that this is just a down payment, right? Suggesting that next year, when he takes office, he is acknowledging the fact that there's probably going to have to be more relief that is passed for Americans. So, it was a big conversation over the weekend on social media, Tim.
Jen, one thing that I was surprised to see with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's Twitter poll was that only 62% of people thought it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
That's surprising to me because I would think that more and more people would think that it's enough. What are people saying who do think it's enough?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back to the fact that the last relief was passed back in March, right? So it's been 9 months since people were able to get relief of some kind. And so maybe it is suggesting that, people are just waiting for some kind of check, right? Some kind of support. And so support is support. But still, I think we have to note again that $600 is not going to do a lot for a lot of really struggling Americans, many of which, restaurant workers, people who have not been able to cover their bills for the past few months. And so, and it comes at a time, of course, when we're seeing the resurgence of the virus and also around the holidays. So it's really a tough time for many people. And so relief is relief. So that is on the bright side that we are getting close to a deal. But still not what everybody needs at this time.
Yeah, it's a really good point. Bloomberg Quick Take reporter Jennifer Zabasaja, thank you as always for your time.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.